Hello and welcome back. Welcome, freedom lovers. We've got a good one for you. My name is John, and today we're going to fix a few things on this skid loader. This is a 2007 New Holland LS185.B with 78 horsepower, 3-cylinder diesel, turbocharged, with tires instead of tracks, and low flow auxiliary hydraulics. It weighs about 7,000 pounds. I believe that's without the bucket. So a bucket's probably 1,000 pounds. Maybe it's 8,000 pounds with the bucket. I think it's not quite that heavy. When looking for a skid steer, I was actually looking for one with wheels. They're a little bit cheaper than the ones with tracks. It's not as expensive to replace a tire as it is to replace the tracks. But tracks are really nice if you have wet or soft ground you need to cover. You'll get stuck in the mud pretty easily on these tires. The skid steer came with about 1,420 hours when I bought it. And other than the things that need to get replaced to it, I really haven't done much to it. I've replaced 2 tires. I do really like this bucket. It's a good low profile. Easy to see above it and grade with it. There's a lot of lingering issues I've been meaning to get to. 1, the teeth on the bucket keep falling off when I'm excavating. 2, the seat belt is too tight around my waist. 3, at least 1, maybe 2 hydraulic leaks. It's always wet underneath. Also, the final chain compartment, the oil seems to be leaking out of there, at least on one side. Like I said, it's always wet underneath the bucket. Let's try to track down where this hydraulic leak is coming from. This is where I normally park the skid steer. And look at that, it's just wet right there. But it's coming out from inside the engine compartment or hydraulic compartment. But I believe I can get to under this seat here. This is wet here, this is wet, this is wet, wet. That's all dry, that's dry. So I think the culprit, the hose is wet right there. I think that's the culprit right there. I think this is it. Let's take this off. Okay. That was pretty loose. Oh, stop leaking. Okay, not much came out. Well, that's not what I was expecting. I can take that. This is what I'm looking for. Pressure switch. All right. Does not come with the O-ring. Let's hopefully we can use the old one. Here we go. Let's go try it out. This washout, I think. Do not know if it fits on here. Let's give this a go. All right, let's test it out. Putting the boom up like this and taking the side door off just makes it a little bit easier to get to the hydraulic system, even though we could have filled this up with everything on. It's definitely low. I picked this 2.5. Is this 2.5 gallons? Yeah, 2.5 gallons. A little bit easier to manage than the 5 gallon. So I got ISO 46. I think this will be fine. All right, I poured about half of this in there. Let's see how low this is. Yeah. I'm just refilling the hydraulic fluid. Yeah, there's not a little marker. There's not a marker on here, but it looks like it's all the way up to here. Oh, I'm just refilling the hydraulic fluid in the skid steer. Oh, I thought it was happy hour.
Are you filming me?
No, I'm filming this, but you look pretty though. Filming the hands.
They're so talkative. Yes, darling.
Look how
You need
dusty
to
this is.
film me and when the chickens come next to me, how they come around me.
Oh, the hens love you.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
hear your voice.
I
and
can walk around and they all fall run.
yeah. I like to put the boom up to give me access to this. I mean, I could do it with the boom down, but oh man, I didn't even lock that out very well, did I? I'll lock out that boom better than that. It comes out, it should come out to about here. Gotta be careful when you're working under this. While editing the video, I did see that the boom lock was all the way out initially, but then it slowly retracted. Looks like something else I need to fix. I'll put a link down in the description to where I purchased that hydraulic pressure switch. So if you want a lesson on how not to stick weld, watch this video. All right, let's clean this mud off here and we can see what we're working with. All right, let's look at some of these welds. These are welds I put on these teeth several months ago. I was tired of losing these teeth in the dirt. So pretty sloppy here, but these have held up for a while with just the top welded. I think we can clean these up, make them stronger. I think we can weld on the sides, underneath, and these haven't been touched yet. I did try to weld the top of here so the pins wouldn't come out. I was having trouble with these. I do not like the way these pins go up and down. So when I'm grading, the pins get pushed out from underneath. And so I'd lose teeth all the time. So, but this doesn't seem to work very well. So I think I do like just welding these directly onto the bucket here. So let's give that a shot. Okay, well here's my setup. We're gonna use these 6013s. Started off at around 200, 210. I may need to crank it up a little bit more. this is a really good bucket to get some practice in. It might hold. I might put another layer or two on these. That's a first pass at it. Let's go do some digging, test this thing out. Alright, so I didn't do a lot of digging. I was more just picking up a lot of mulch here. Didn't put a lot of pressure on the teeth there, but I have in the past, and I might do some more on a future video if I don't get to it today. I wanted to pick up some of this to start cutting some firewood. It's already October, and I'm gonna need some pretty soon. This seat belt is way too tight. The lap belt part of it. Sometimes I just keep it in there like that and sit on top of it. Let's see if we can fix that. This will not come out, and so it's very difficult, if not impossible, to buckle it. A lot of times I would sit on top of the seatbelt and just slam my head right in there. I need to wear the seatbelt. Very difficult, if not impossible, to buckle it when you're wearing any types of, you know, thick jeans or anything. It's just that tight. So I've taken this off. I'm gonna see if I can get in here. It's probably all rusted. This has been sitting outside for so long. But if I could just get a ½ inch out of this, I'd call it a success. Oh my goodness. You know what? If I could just put an extension right there on that bolt. Yep. All right. Easy peasy. All right, that'll give me an extra 1.5 inches right there. This is just a scrap piece of metal I have. I think that'll do. Let's go try to fit it on. That's the right size right there. All right, let's put this together. Line this up here. Okay, that's pretty tight there. tight, which is good because I don't want to hit my head. But you know what? That 1.5 inches is perfect. Unless I gain weight, obviously. Okay, that's perfect. Because I will hit my head on this right there if it's not tight enough. Yeah, so that'll hold me down. I've hit my head there plenty of times without the seatbelt on. I need to wear the seatbelt, and so this is going to be a lot better. There we go. Just about 1.5 inches. That's all I needed. Well, after we fixed the hydraulic pressure switch, we're still getting a leak underneath the machine. So let's dive in again and see if we can figure out where this is coming from. I don't think that's wet anymore because I replaced this here. So that looks dry, but I think there might be another leak. Let's get some light in here, pressure wash this out, figure out where that leak is coming down here. Maybe some of these leaves out of here. This is the only rust really in the whole machine. I think this is pretty common, this plate right here. All right, so I got the skid loader jacked up 5.5 inches off the ground here. Looks like 3/4 inch. Oh yeah.
Even after fixing that hydraulic pressure switch, it's still very oily under here.
Very wet, very wet. All right, this is the front of the engine, or the front of the machine. Oh, this stuff dripped right in my mouth. All right, well, that's my first pass at it there. A lot of gunk and mud. Okay, I think I want to take this plate off here to give me better access. What I need to get into down here. Never done that. I do not know level of effort, but these are fairly loose. Okay, that's not tight. Not tight. Not very tight. Oh, that was much easier than I thought.
This is the first time I've ever removed this plate, and there is years of grime in here. Nuts, leaves, mud, oil. It's just caked up several inches.
It looks fairly clean. I think I can check for leaks now. Not seeing anything. Wait. What is this? Gives me a little concern right there. All right, so I drove it a little bit more, and look at that, sit right there. It's leaking from here somewhere. All right, let's make a little more room to work in here. I'm going to take this plastic cover off. All right, that gives me some good access to those pistons. I think it's magnetic. So there's a massive suction. It feels like it's almost magnetic in there. I can see the rubber gasket. There it is right there, that rubber O-ring. This will not come out though. It's just getting sucked back in there. Whoa now, whoa now. Yeah, that just flowed out right there when I turn that on. All right, for now I'm just gonna try to tighten these bolts up, see if this stops the leak, because I'm not sure I really want to dig into this too much more. If this can be prevented by just tightening this a little bit. Okay, so battery ran out on the camera here, but I went ahead and tightened up those 6 hex bolts down there. Pretty stiff. Let's test it out, see if it's gonna leak. Well, I don't think I see anything leaking in there. This plate is bent. I'm gonna see if I can flatten it out a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just let it sit there overnight. And after running it for a few minutes, I don't see any more leaks down there. I mean, when I was taking these 2 bolts off, it was a little bit loose. I almost, you know, 1/2 turn and I could twist it off with my fingers. So it was not on there very tight. And if it's relying on those bolts to keep that sealed up in there, the hydraulic fluid, then maybe that was the issue. With all this dirt here, it took me a long time just to figure out where this was coming from. So I might just go ahead and put this back together. All right, so it's the next day, and look at this. I'm pretty confident that I don't see any leak there, that we've tackled it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the plates back on here, and let's move some dirt. Okay, we have more oil leaks, but this time it looks like it's coming from the final compartment, or the final chain compartment. All right, so I'm looking at this, and this looks like it's leaking out of here. A little bit of oil out of there. Maybe we got another leak in there. So we're not quite done yet. Well, there you have it. Maybe we just need to seal this up a little bit better. These chains look to be in good shape. Same with the sprocket. $80W90, that's what I need. Sweet. It's on sale for the 5-gallon bucket. That's probably enough. And this store is out of everything. We're having supply chain issues. They're always low on this. Nothing here. absolutely no grease at all. What are you doing, cat? You're just rolling back and forth in the grass, huh? And you think you're gonna come inside like this, huh? No, you're not coming inside. Unless you take a bath. Look at you. Look at you. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh, you dirty thing. They're gonna like this apple flavored deer corn. Whew, stuff is strong. Oh yeah.
Let's get back to it.
All right, so here's your drain plugs up here at the front of the machine. I mean, what a horrible place to put them. I'm sure those are just destroyed with rocks. You know, they're not gonna even turn for sure, or not even be able to get a socket in there. Let's see if I can siphon this old oil out of here. Just a couple of I guess that's about all I can get out of here with the pump. I've got an old t-shirt in here. I can just soak some of this stuff up. Oh man, what is this stuff in here? What is that? Maybe it's a broken chain link. Oh, I hope I don't have a broken chain link in here. I think that's as clean as I'm gonna get it. Put some oil back in here. Well, I don't know how much oil is supposed to go in here, but that's a good solid 1.5 inches. It's probably up to that drain plug, maybe a little bit higher, and so it might be a little bit full. I don't think extra oil is gonna hurt it. All right, let's clean this up a little bit. Just as I thought, completely dry in here. I sure hope those aren't rocks down there. No, it's just mud. I guess just mud. Wait, no, that. Yeah. Just caked mud and I guess residual oil. All right, so I've got this jacked up and you can see this hole right here. And I was just wondering if it went all the way through, because it just looks like this steel is doubled up here. But I'm gonna run this light underneath here. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's better. I don't know if I'm gonna get it much cleaner. All right, let's see if we can weld this hole up. All right, I'm gonna try something here. I've got this leftover welding rod here. I just keep getting this hole that won't fill up. I wonder if I can just keep that right there and weld around that to seal that hole in there. Yeah, I'm gonna call that done. That's about as clean as we're gonna get it. Alright. Gotta do this with two hands. Gotta put the camera down. I might actually clean it. I'm gonna get a funnel for this. Well, I think I got that a little bit too high. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Other uses for red Solo cups. All right, no leaks so far. Let's put some hydraulic oil back in here. That's slow. Oh yeah, we are full. I think that's about all I want to do for now. I'm just gonna go ahead and close this video out. It's not in tip-top shape, but I think we got a few things repaired. Hopefully most of the leaks are finished and fixed, but thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and a like. I'd appreciate it. That helps the channel.